What up, Wolfpack? It's your boy Amari, back from retirement like John Wick, and we're getting into another reaction video today. We are finally doing the long-awaited Cyphers. I'm going to do them back to back, probably. So I'm going to start with the first one because that just makes the most sense in my brain. I looked for an explained video, but I couldn't find one. So if there is some explained video out there that you guys would like me to react to, definitely drop it in the comment section down below. For those who don't know what Cyphers are, Cyphers typically are just like a group of rappers coming together and freestyling just verses. There's really no chorus or structure to the song. It's just back to back rappers rapping. Now with the BET Cyphers that blew up, I don't know, the early 2000s, a lot of those verses were written, so because they were going to be on TV, duh. So I don't know if this is a freestyle from the boys or if these are written verses. We shall see, probably. If you know, please let me know in the comment section down below, because I would really like to know if they are freestyling. If that is the case, this would be the first time that I hear them freestyling. If not, as long as it's dope, I don't really care. But yeah, it's a pretty short song. At least the video is pretty short. So I'm going to do what I normally don't do, which is I'm going to just listen to it all the way through and then react and respond and comment and break down what I can break down at the end. So definitely make sure to stick around for that. But in the meantime, I will see you guys on the other side. And yes, I missed all you guys too. Peace.
Damn hip bullshit, idol rapper, cut that bullshit. 자기 본질은 아이돌 시시라면 날 무시. 주대 따위는 개주고 내 이름을 피우지 못하지만 무시밖에 모르는 니들이 how you kill me. So bring the monster back and distract my monster swag. So this is the monster track, it's my freaking monster rap. 현대판 홍길동들 좋은 걸 보고도 좋다고 못해. 3세대 리더, so I'm a leader. 이건 세대 교체, I'm saying. Yeah, I'm the top of the top. Still be popping and rocking, I'm stopping and blocking them like the Casio sounds on my gun. 비끄지마 because 나 freaking darn. 위에 선 까보지마 cause every kick is my freaking turn. 나 원래 관대, but now I'm murder you rappers. 차례대로 썰어버리고 then I'm a murder you haters. 자 이제 나와 그리고 말해봐 누가 네 top 5 rap monster 란다 리더 래머 네 아빠 썩여. 지금은 whole world from BTS 전부 나 follow 내 가능성을 retweet 돼 모두에게 알려 내 flow 고막을 타고 네 몸을 채워 칼을 갈았어 내 ill week get back in the days 나이고 rhyme도 몰랐던 나이고 그저 아이돌 바라본 광주의 흔한 나이였던 나 그래 이젠 보여줄게 이 트랙 비 사이퍼에서 내 포부를 박혀 I'm more both the minors 그래 너와 난 다른 major 난 TV 스크린을 난 채워 래퍼 커스텀 너 거품을 걷고 내 뱉어 내가 원하던 것을 난 지금 어디 가도 위축감 배가 아프면 병원 가 전치주감 내 패배를 바랬던 사람들 다 뒷목을 잡지 힙부심 판치는 게임 위 제이홉은 반치 남의 필버 치매는 저격 shit 위에 블랙프루프로 한 방을 먹였지 어설픈 가짜들은 질려 반응하지 좀 더 열폭게 바라네 발에 막히는 포케야 변맨 난 비트 위에서 쇼팽 난 절대 안 변해 태어날 때부터 나 못해 born rapper My attitude 내 멘토 니들이 씹고 물어뜯어도 난 내 멘토 기부심 물어봐 내게 느끼는 무력감 질투심 숨기란 네 IP 다 보일라 난 보일라 순식간에 핫해졌지 스포일러처럼 너는 안 봐도 뻔해졌지 속절없이 멍청한 힙 찌질을 고쳐놨지 근본 없이 커져갔네 가요계 공존하기엔 빡세 그러니 랩은 취미로 해 말세 야 말세 질리면 노력해 What?
Oh, so short. Oh, geez. Okay.
Okay, that went by really fast. Not just the song because it was so short, but also their rapping was really fast, and I definitely missed some stuff, which I'm sure you guys will comment about. But I'm going to let you guys know the stuff that stuck out to me. So first, the beat. Beat was really good. Okay, let me put it this way. This was a great Cypher beat. First off, it has very New York 90s vibes, like with the horn stabs and the thumpy kick. Really, the whole verse is probably 16 bars of music that's looped, and while that may not be the most interesting thing to listen to for the audience. It's great for the rappers, and they do that a lot in rappers. I'm not talking about like the double XL ciphers, like actual real ciphers, because that's its own whole other thing. They do that a lot where they will have a intentionally repetitive beat that allows all of the rappers, especially in cases where they're freestyling, to very easily find a flow. It's almost like they give them a beginner beat so that they can demonstrate their prowess over top. Or in some cases, if it's a beginner cypher, it allows them to, you know, learn. If the beat's too complex, it can really throw you off if it's one of the first times that you're freestyling. It's had a record scratch and like a drum fill in between the different sections. Each of them had their own section, and it was broken up with that drum fill and record scratch. And I think that was really smart to allow the audience, especially people who aren't watching a video with the lyrics color coded like I was, allow them to be like, okay, on to the next rapper. That was really smart. Just overall, a good beat. Not much to say about it, but definitely not a net negative on the song. Now for the important part, which is the boys. First, RM section. I don't know if this is the song or if this is the cypher that is about Be Free. I know in my roasting Be Free video that I did, you guys were telling me that one of the ciphers is about him. I don't know if this is the one, but RM section in particular really reminded me of that whole Be Free thing that happened, where people were like basically taking a dump on him for being an idol rapper and no longer being underground, and so then he had to bring Rap Monster back out. Again, he was rapping in two languages, with two very different languages, and he made it work. It wasn't choppy and messed up, which is always super impressive to me. I always go out of my way to give him credit for that, because most people can't rap in one language, and this man does it masterfully in two, so that's very impressive. I love that he went back into his underground rap bag for this cypher, and he just ate that whole beginning section. And he said, at one point he's talking about the top 5, and he said a bunch of different R words, and then he said your dad. I don't know if all of those are different nicknames for him, and then he's calling himself your dad, kind of like how Nicki's always like, all of you hoes are my sons, you know, that kind of vibe. Or if all of those were different rappers and someone's rap name is your dad. I don't know, but regardless, that stuck out to me in RM section. In Hobie's section seemed to talk about like his growth as a rapper. At one point he was talking about how he was a kid from some Korean city, which I'm not even going to try to butcher, and he watched idols, and now he's sharpening his sword, and there's like a sword sound effect, and now he's unveiling his aspirations at being at the top of the world. And I thought that was really cool for him to, because he is very different than RM, and he's had different struggles than RM, for him to take it from the perspective of, you guys were hating because I wasn't, you know, as accomplished in the rap field as some other people, and now I've grown to the point where I'm better than all of you, and now I'm accomplishing goals that you can't even dream of. And at one point he talked about, I laughed because he said something about my haters are in the hospital for 2 weeks. I don't know if that's like old proverb or like, you know, some old Korean proverb that I didn't get, but it just sounded really funny to me, because it was like, I don't know, that's a funny line. I like it. Lastly, Suga's verse was very interesting. In the beginning, I don't know why the sound effects stood out to me, but it had a gun cocking sound effect when he was talking about, I'm not in the army, but I'm shooting, but we are bulletproof was a hit. Like, it was like a whole like triple entendre with we are bulletproof, them being Bangtan, shooting, Suga. Like, there was like that whole first section was really layered, and it went by so fast I didn't catch all of it, but I thought that was dope. And toward the end of his verse, he talked about how it was too hard for his critics to make it in the K-pop world, so now they're just rapping for fun, or I think he said that, something like that. Basically, they're not rapping professionally, they're just hating on him from the sidelines because they couldn't make it to where he's gotten to. And that, like, that's just the epitome of haters, right? It's always like they say, if you can't do teach, it's even more so. It's if you can't do critique, like there's always the people who weren't talented enough or weren't dedicated enough or weren't able to make it in whatever field. They're always the loudest haters. They're always saying, oh, you shoulda, coulda, woulda, done. Nah, dog, if you could do it so much better, you would be doing it. And so I really resonated with that. Just overall, really good. It was so short. I'm hoping that the future ciphers are longer so I can have more to talk about them. But so far, that was really good. I'm interested to see if the future ciphers are the same beat as well, or if it's a different beat. Hopefully it is a beat that I can talk more about, but hopefully you guys were able to enjoy this video nonetheless. This is kind of like my comeback, so hopefully you guys are as happy about it as I am. And like I said, I will be doing the other ciphers here soon. So if you aren't already subscribed, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button, stick around on the channel and see those videos. And I will see all of you guys later. Have a great weekend. Peace.